This is the October 21st, 2020 Town Bylaw Council Review Committee meeting at 3:05 p.m. I will be taking notes in Jeannie's absence. And present, we have Tom Christensen, Bill Fonseca, and myself, Pat Henry. We are awaiting Councilor Ralph Page. Soon
Okay, if I can interrupt, he says he's stuck in Munson, so I would say we proceed without him.
Thank you, Bill.
He just answered me, so.
Okay. Before you came on, Bill, I had talked to Tom. Tom says he's got to be out of here in half an hour or so. So I thought instead of picking up your stuff, we could look at Tom's traffic rules and regs.
That's fine. That's fine.
Then when he goes, you and I can talk about your things. If it needs a vote, we just have to put it aside.
Yeah, I can give you until 4 o'clock because I do have another meeting
Okay.
at 5 o'clock that I have to get ready for.
All right.
Oh, it's just, this is crazy. This is
Yep.
crazy.
I understand. That's
So-
why Jeannie's not here.
Well, Jeannie's going to be straight out until probably Thanksgiving, and I was kidding with her yesterday, so. Let's go ahead with that plan. That sounds good to me.
All right, Tom, the floor is yours.
Okay. Thank you. So this one obviously didn't have any, they didn't really go through the revisions like the rest of the stuff for the 40-page document there.
Yep.
So I kind of just muddled through the workbook and just tried to make sure that they made all the changes. Of course, I did this weekend.
So they are in the workbook.
Yeah. And I'm pretty much showing that almost everything was done as we suggested. Just give me a second to a couple of things. So I don't know if you want to just go right through the book and put eyes on everything or take my word for it, or.
I would like to go through the book just so I can put check marks.
Okay.
Yeah, if there's any questions, Bill could ask as well.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we got we'll start at question 380-001, which is on page 244 of the workbook. That was, yep. So that was changing the highway department to Mass DOT,
Yep.
and that's been done. Moving along, this was the first two on question 2 were changed to town manager or designee. We had revised as follows, or their designee, but I think that word there got taken out. Almost everywhere it says or designee. All right, so that's the
Well, that's really the key one, is whether it makes sense to be town manager, designee, or town council.
right. Yeah, so we had that the first two on this list were town manager, and in fact they are. And then the rest of them were town council. Do you want to go through those one by one just to put eyes on everything, Pat?
You're talking about question
2.
380-002.
Yep.
And there's a list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, about 14 pages or references.
Yep.
And those are the ones you're referring to. First two are town manager and the others are town council.
Correct.
And you found that?
Those were changed accordingly.
Okay.
That works for me.
Yeah, I don't see any. Tom's as good as we are and sometimes better.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right, so then question 3. We removed Appendix 2 and revised as suggested up above, which was the available from the police department in, well, 580, 2.2 and 2.3. And that sentence has been added to the end of both of those sections.
Yeah, that one I'd like to go through because I have a lot of notes on that one.
Okay.
Says remove Appendix 2, got that.
Yeah.
Revise above noted sections as suggested. So I can find this at the end of the long list. Where's that on the,
375, page 375 of 480.
Whoops.
no, 375. And we're talking about 380-2-2 or 2-3 or both?
Both.
All right, so
It's essentially the same note. We're removing that designated as Appendix 2, that whole line there, and adding schedule of streets available from the police department. And like I said, those were both amended as such.
assemblage, demonstrate, or procession, provided there is reasonable justification. I have a note. Provided that the chief of police finds or determines there is sufficient justification. Bill, did you make any notes on this section at all?
No, I didn't, because I was following along with what everybody else was saying. And I am good with that. I'm looking, Tom, what page are you on in the paginated?
375.
I think
So what was your note, Pat? And what section was it referring to?
580-22.
Okay.
Chief of Police hereby authorized to close temporarily any street or highway in pending emergency or for any lawful assemblage, demonstration, or procession, provided that the chief of police finds there is reasonable justification for the closing of such street.
Okay.
You don't have that note.
I don't have that note. No.
Neither do I.
I also have that exact same note for the next.
So were we?
That's something I need to check with Jeannie.
Okay.
All right.
You could infer that the chief of police is making the decision because the paragraph starts, both paragraphs starts off with his name.
Right.
Right.
But provided there is reasonable justification, you could also assume that anybody could make that reasonable justification, including the cop on the beat.
Mm-hmm. So,
So I'm going to make a note on that.
okay.
Okay. Moving along.
So obviously you're going to check both of those because you had that note for both
Yeah.
subsections. Okay.
Yeah, and if Jeannie doesn't have it, I don't have heartburn over it.
Okay.
But if she somehow finds it or sent it to them and they ignored it, I don't know.
Okay. You know what? I have the the versions she sent pulled up on my phone right now.
Oh, I do not have that, so that's,
Okay. No, so we didn't say anything of that effect to general code anyway.
all
We
right.
just,
And
we have it as remove appendix 2 from chapter and revise above noted sections as suggested. That's how it got.
And I
sent.
left it at that as well.
All right, then, forget my comment because it isn't really that significant.
All right, 380.004.
Yep.
Revise as number 1 above. Remove section 3.1 from appendix 3. That was completed as well.
Good.
They've reserved the section. Okay, question 005 was section 380, 3.4a, and that's on page 377. The superintendent of the Department of Public Works is hereby authorized, and then they changed Highway Department to Mass DOT again. So we had a revise as suggested as number 1, which was DPW superintendent, which was completed, and then a revise as follows, which was Mass DOT. And that was done, which I guess they've you know, they call it Department of Transportation of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. I'm sure that's the official name of it. So
Right, yeah.
Because there's a note in the paginated that says amended during codification.
right, which I'm
So
finding when I'm hunting that I look for that the most.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because that tells you what's going on.
That tells you they changed it.
Yep.
Okay.
All right,
Question 6. This is 3.4b, which is the next, still on page 377, the next one down.
yeah,
Temporary street closing, revise as suggested. That was done. And question 7, we had revise as suggested. They changed some of the language. Regulations may be established from time to time for streets in accordance. Streets designated as appendix 3, and they crossed out, what is that, 3-6?
Yeah.
And they did it again when appendix 3 is mentioned again. And that was all revised as suggested.
okay.
A lot of stuff in here.
Yeah, there is.
Okay. Question 8, some grammatical stuff. Again, they crossed out some, or excuse me, re-referenced the appendix. And that was revised as suggested. That was 4.1b, the quiet.
Zones of quiet.
Zones of quiet, sure. Yep, there it is.
That's what they've got.
Are established, blah, blah, blah. So that was done.
Where is that, where is that?
Sorry, page 378, Pat. And that was the
Yep,
4-1 in appendix 4 is zones of quiet are established in accordance with the following schedule of streets. None.
Yeah.
and B is amended during codification.
Yep. Question 9, 585.1. This was, I think they had done this in a few places, the District of Columbia, or any province. They took out Canadian, or of a foreign country. That was a little too specific, I gather. I don't. That was also revised as suggested.
Thank you.
Now this one, I feel like
I remember talking about this.
yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to check because I feel like let me just double check because I think what we submitted was
Diagonal.
change angle to diagonal, which was done. That's 385.1 E.
Much
so
as
that
I
was-
hate it.
Excuse me?
Much as I hate it.
Oh, let's not get into that again.
Yeah. Yeah, we beat that one up pretty good.
We did.
Yeah.
We had a 316, 380.011, 385.5. We had a do not revise.
Yep.
That was not revised.
Good.
Yeah.
Good job.
Or at least it says it didn't but get revised. No, I'm just kidding. 7.1, question 12, revise as suggested. That was the, where was that?
That was the none. Yeah.
The none.
Yep.
Just very immaculate.
And I think there's something funny going on here with, excuse me. Man. That was Appendix 7, right?
That's what
Sorry.
it said.
What it says.
Trying to find it. Oh,
But yeah, I know.
a little further on. Yeah.
Getting there. Yeah, none. So that was good.
I don't see it.
That is
That page 383.
so that in the appendix, so they added the line, there shall now be, that's the appendix on page 423, Pat. There shall be no passing on the following streets, none. So we changed the 7.1B, or I don't know, maybe we didn't change it, but we specifically listed or referenced the appendix and then said that there were none.
Okay, I see that on that page. It's an interesting statement considering that I know there are no areas in town where passing is legal. Right?
Say that again?
There's no road in town where passing is legal. Not even on 83.
Right. I believe you're correct.
So it's not that there are no passing zones. They're all no passing zones.
Right.
Well, there's no streets where passing is allowed.
Right. I think this is,
Says there shall be no
Zones-
pass on these streets.
Right,
So we haven't established any no passing zones.
right,
Mass General Law has, right? Or
whatever.
federal highway, whatever. Yeah.
Somebody above us has passed,
Right.
and now all we do is reference.
We could save a lot of money on paint if we didn't do double yellow lines everywhere.
We sure could.
You must be older than you look. I remember the single yellow line.
Yeah.
Well, that's when the horses were still around.
I also remember the sign that said curve, C-U-R-V-E,
Yeah.
Oh, I remember those signs.
and it wouldn't tell you which way, so you'd have to slow down, make sure. Okay, I find that very confusing, but that's the way we submitted it.
Okay. All right, question 13, 7.2. This whole section was repealed during codification. I think we were basically letting the officers are using Mass General Law, right? Is that what we decided?
Well, there's a note that says officers can use MGL
Right.
section 89-2.
So, and they said basically it was revised.
As follows.
Right. So I think it says, and again, that note says, shall we strike? So I don't know how it was submitted, but let me check. Yeah. So it was submitted strike section 7.2 from the bylaws. And that's what they did.
Okay.
That's what I have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we did not put in the reference to MGL 89.2, did we?
We did not.
Well, if we struck the whole section, there would be no way to put it in.
And I guess if we get into a habit of, quoting Mass General Law every time we have to, we'll probably have it everywhere, correct?
I agree.
Yeah.
And it would be a standalone if we struck that section, so it wouldn't make
Yeah.
sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
So good, thanks.
Yep. Question 14, section 387.5, clinging to moving vehicles.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
We added some moped scooters, similar. No hoverboard for Marty McFly, but
Yep.
yeah. So that was revised as suggested.
Now we have to put segways and
Yep. Or any similar toy vehicle we've got though. So, although that's not really a
they
toy.
would argue that $8,000 is not a toy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would.
All right, section 15. It said add. This is section 7.6. We had add or bicycle after vehicle in the second line. I think they added it to both lines, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. And I don't know if we just missed that it was on the second one or if it was implied, because it's if the operation of another vehicle or bicycle should be affected by a stopping or turning movement, the driver of such vehicle or bicycle shall be given a plain visible signal as required by the following section.
So
We
they
didn't.
put it in twice.
Yeah, well,
That's okay.
yeah, I think it's okay.
I mean, they would consider a bicycle a vehicle.
Right. So it probably doesn't need to be in the second time, but
It's all right.
we changed it the first time, so
Yep.
So that's all, that was revised as suggested. Question 16. 387.8 on page 385 of 480. They added a word in here that we had not, that was not in our revision.
But they added the revision.
They did add the revision. And in that revision, they also added some punctuation, and then the way the operator shall yield the right of way, so that the last part of the sentence, they added the words "the operator," which we were talking about the operator of a vehicle anyway, but I guess it just, they thought maybe it clarified it a little bit more.
Does it read okay to you?
That's fine to me. It reads
Yeah.
fine.
You like that, Bill?
Yeah, it looks good to me.
I'm good.
Question 17.
Nice you're
Sorry?
catching these. Nice you're catching these, Tom.
Yeah.
This is, this is why you get the extra bucks from this committee.
Well, you
Don't
know,
spend.
playoff baseball in a code book. It's, I mean, there's nothing better.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Question 17 is 387.9. Delete subsection A4. That was the red and yellow indication. And that was that's the editor's note down the bottom of page 386. Former subsection 4 regarding red and yellow indications, which immediately followed this subsection, was repealed during codification.
Okay, but that also says the corresponding portion of Appendix 7. If I look at the question itself,
Yeah, I got you.
it says we got to change Appendix 7 and 387A3.
So that must have been that's the list of the traffic lights. So 380, let's see what they got. Right arrow, left arrow. On page 428, they have repealed during codification, which I don't know if they renumbered all. It's hard to know if that's what they were talking about because the numbers are all different.
Yeah.
So I think that's right where, although that, I think that might be the next one. Yeah, that's the next one. So this one was,
Appendix 7.
I don't even know. I guess I didn't even find this section, to be honest with you. Maybe because there was nothing in here, because we don't have any. Throughways. Yeah, there's nothing in the, yeah. There's nothing in that Appendix 7 that, so that says we'll likewise delete the corresponding portion of Appendix 6. And I don't, excuse me, Appendix 7, Attachment 6.
Right.
Which I don't even, they must have just deleted it, but every time they delete something, they say that they did. And this, the one that does on page 428 is the next question, which is 7-11C.
Appendix 7. I'm still in Appendix 7. I'm looking for the number
That's what I mean. I
E3.
So D3 is now not, it doesn't exist. So I don't know if it ever did, Pat. You know what I mean? So
7A3. And it says it doesn't appear. I see 7A. But I don't find the numbers 1, 2, or 3.
Right. So section 7.9 in that is
Text.
on page 425. That's the obedience to traffic control signals.
Yeah.
And then A is circular green, yellow, red.
But there's no 1, 2, or 3.
Right.
So I'm not sure what the reference is.
And B is right, left, and vertical green arrows.
Yeah.
And C, which maybe is 3, was repealed during codification.
Ah,
So
maybe
that's the
Yeah.
best I can come up with,
they changed ABC to 1, 2, 3.
possibly.
But why is, on C, why does it say reserved? And then repealed?
I think they left, so rather than change all the other numbering, they left it there in case it went back, or, just from a cleanliness standpoint, to not have to renumber the whole section,
Okay.
right?
Also, you might reinstall red and yellows.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Let's go backwards.
So I'm good
Once
with
we
that.
get some new signals soon, there are going to be stop signs.
Now, it also says, oh, I guess that's it. Yeah. So we're good then. Ah,
All right. And then section 7-11.
Yep.
That's the next question, which is stop signs, yield signs. And they added, they added day at Harwich, added during codification. That's on page 433. And then they added on page 439, following streets are designated as throughways, none.
I still think there should be a stop sign at the end of Dearborn.
Dearborn and Harwich and Day.
Dearborn and
And
Harwich.
Dearborn Street Extension.
Yeah.
Where everybody
That's
There's-
true.
bears
Just
down
look-
Harwich, turns left, doesn't
Yeah.
look for anybody even crossing.
Nope.
And certainly doesn't look for anybody coming out of the extension.
Nope.
But I'm sure you got rules for that.
Yes, there will have to be some traffic counts taken, and if it hits the warrants, then we can put it in. My guess is there probably won't be enough traffic, but you never know. That's
Give it
on
a
the
shot.
list. It's on the list.
It's not that it's dangerous per se, it's only dangerous because of the history.
Right.
Well, it's fast.
It's
It tends to be fast.
a
Well, it's
fast
like
left
the-
turn.
It's like the conversation about rural. I mean, people don't take shortcuts to drive slow.
No, they don't.
That kind of defeats the purpose.
Yes, it does.
All right. Question. Oh boy, it's 3:40, guys. I'm gonna have to bail.
Oh,
Okay.
okay,
I apologize.
thank you. Thank
No,
you.
Don't worry.
No
Don't worry about it.
problem.
Don't worry, Bill will pick up for you.
Oh, yeah. for about 15 minutes.
That stinks. Yeah, we only got like 3 more questions to go, but I really got to get off.
No,
Yeah,
go.
fine.
Do
All right.
what you
Thank
got to
you.
do.
Thanks, guys.
See
Have
ya.
a good night. See ya.
See ya.
Bye.
All right.
Are you ready to pick up Wild Bill?
I am getting my spot right now. We left off on item number 6, section 402-6. Page 129 in the workbook. Question 302-008. Stormwater management.
Yeah. Oh, we needed
And-
Tom for that.
Yeah, I know. They added within 2 years of completion of work, and that's fine.
Good. I remember our discussions about that.
Yes. Moving to page 131. Uh, (302-010). Uncontaminated groundwater was added. And that's good.
We argued about that too.
Yes, we did. Moving along to 302-001. They increased the penalty from 200 to 300, and that's fine because we talked about that. Okay.
Yeah.
Moving along to 302-012. We added in writing by certified mail, and those are the notes that I have.
And a witch.
Yes, and a witch.
Which is appropriate considering Halloween's coming.
There you go, sir. Now where am I going here? Moving to section, page 137. Section, question 307-004.
Yeah.
Let me see my notes here. Don't worry, I'll get back with you. Okay, we added no person who fails to comply may be fined under MGL Chapter 111, subsection 122. So that is okay.
Trying to find that on your page.
Yeah.
I don't know where we are on your pages.
We're on chapter 407, streets and sidewalks, article 1. Prohibited from loitering, prohibited deposits, loitering.
Loitering, yeah.
Okay.
I see the uncontaminated groundwater. I see the 300. I see the certified mail.
Okay, I got go to page 136 in the workbook. Question 307-003. And all the language, I had the wrong page in the workbook. All the language starting with any person down was taken out,
Taken out.
and they did that.
I see that on your page A27.
Correct. So we're good with that.
Yeah.
The next original section 801-B 010-B was repealed in 1982, I guess. That's what this is saying, and it's not in the workbook.
Not in the workbook.
Well, I can't. It was repealed, so I can't find it anywhere.
So they did that on their own?
I'm wondering, because it's not.
Well, this is under disorderly conduct. Well, I guess that's loitering, right?
Yes. Well, this is
Yeah, where's that come from?
I don't know. Original section 8.010-B of the 1982 general bylaws regarding disorderly conduct is repealed, but I don't know what it was replaced with.
I'm looking it up on the old bylaws. 8 dash, what did it say?
8-010-B.
No person shall behave himself in a disorderly manner. Okay, this follows right after depositing filth, rubbish, and other substances. Which means it would follow question 307-004 logically.
It should.
And that's where it is. That's where we find it. Remove section.
Right.
Yeah, so there it is. It's
Okay, yeah, I got out. All right.
307-005, Bill.
Yeah, I got it. Okay, I had the wrong page number written down. These things get confusing after a while.
Just for you?
Yeah, right.
All right. So that
Moving
makes sense.
along to 307-006.
Can I bring it back to 004
Go ahead.
on page 137?
Go ahead.
I didn't find that. That's a do not revise. Oh, that's why.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why.
Do not revise.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at my notes and it's got do not revise.
307-1.
Where are you?
Um, 307-004, the question 307-004.
Yeah, do not revise.
And where is that? It's
In the workbook?
no, on your list of questions here.
It's not.
827. Oh, it's because it says do not revise.
Right.
So I need to find it on the PDF. It would be chapter 307, which is now 507, or
I don't know.
I'm trying to find it in the 500.
Paginated?
Yeah, paginated.
In the,
To make sure it's still there.
yeah, let me,
But since we've lost the references to where we are,
yeah.
this would be still streets and sidewalks, right? Yes,
Yes.
that's 407. $407.
Still trying to get there. Okay. 407, streets and sidewalks, page 195.
Yeah. And it says, no person shall without license of the Board of Health leave in or on any street. And says do not revise.
Right.
Fish or other substance, and then it ends. Any person who shall refuse or neglect to remove the same. So there's a whole piece missing there, Bill.
Yeah, there is.
We might have to go back to the Google Doc
We might.
to see how that got there, but it would appear to me that that's missing.
Yeah, upon further investigation.
See if they put it in further. No. No. That's it. They just
No.
put they just left the first sentence. That's it.
But I've got,
I don't think we can live with that.
no,
I don't think it requires a vote, though.
no, we've got to go back and figure out what happened.
Well, what does your what does your thing say?
What?
No, yours doesn't. Your A through your page 827 doesn't have it on there because we said make no change.
Do not revise, yeah.
Yeah. So we can't find it there. Yep.
No,
Make a big note of that.
yeah.
Page 137. 307-004. Missing material. And I can have Jeannie look it up
Yeah,
to see if he sent them something different or if she has any other notes on it. I don't. My page is clean.
well, I've got do not revise.
Yeah.
So I just went by it. I don't know where this all came from. Gee, doesn't that sound familiar?
This is, are you ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready to go. All right.
Oh, this is why we do this, though.
Oh, I know. All right, where am I going? 407-2.
Oh, there it is. No. Go back to your page A27.
I am on 827.
You're right in the top. They've crossed it all off.
Yeah, they did. I thought you saw that.
No, I just noticed it's missing.
Yeah, well, they crossed it all off, and I thought we were looking at the same thing.
Well, I was looking at the paginated
Right.
long form and finding it missing. I wasn't on this page. So yeah.
Okay. They crossed it all off. I thought we were talking about the same thing.
We are.
Yeah, we are now.
I just didn't
But they
realize.
crossed it all off.
All right. So then the next one is the one we were talking about, number 2.
Right.
One that's missing.
That's gone.
It's
That's
gone.
missing.
Now we have the next one is
407-2,
yep.
which is question 307-006 on page 139.
All right, and we said revised as follows.
Should we add the word public sidewalk, or is it understood
No,
under any property?
No, I have an okay. Next, revise as suggested.
That's what I have.
So not revise as follows.
Right.
So as suggested is just taking out.
Well, they've crossed it all out. They crossed out his own and added belonging to that person. And then that person's control.
No person shall, in violation of 272-59, building or public property not his own or under his control, not belonging to that person. I
Or
don't
under that person, huh?
I don't have that. Or under that person's control. Oh, you know what that is? That's the global change.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
To take out the his.
Right.
Oh, that person's control.
That's what they did.
All right. So we're all right with that, right?
Yeah, we're good with that.
And then they took out the annoying and disturbing.
Correct.
And after being directed to move on. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, once again, see the last sentence there? They took it out.
Yeah, they did. I don't know why they did that. I mean, we talked about this quite a long time.
I have no notes whatsoever about taking the rest of that section out.
No, I don't either, because I have revised as suggested and okay.
Yeah. But clearly they've crossed out a section we feel should be in there.
Right. And I don't know why. I mean, we can question that. We can bring that to Jeannie and see what she has.
Oh yeah, I made a note.
Yeah.
Okay, can I suggest, Bill, that you might want to go back through your first 5 pages when you have a chance and just look for the crossouts here and make sure that they're legit. 'Cause
Yeah.
here are 2 in a row that They just made it up.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out. Yeah, I can do that at some point.
I mean, it's not like going through everything all over again. Just look at the crossouts
Yeah,
and comparing it to the questions. I think it'd be prudent based on what we just found.
all right.
Sorry, man. Just a suggestion.
Yeah, no, I've only got, well, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, take your time.
Yeah.
So we're gonna stop here
Yep.
at number 4 on page 827.
Yep.
All right, so I'll entertain a motion
So moved.
and I'll second it by necessity. Bill?
Yep. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do? Thank you, Bill.
Okay. See you next week.
Thank you, Jamie.